Hey, happy Saturday. I have some news for y'all. I'm have to go on from my phone. So, my phone about to die. Oh, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Come on in the room. Hi, Tim. Hello there. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for joining me. Happy Saturday to you. As promised, I am doing my weekly accountable goal check-in. This is the second week. I checked in for the first time last week. And last week we set our goals using the SMART model, but we also beefed it up a little bit. And with each goal that was set, at least for my goal, I included a starting point and the desired end. And the reason why I do that is because the in between is what matters. And I think I forgot. I'm trying to let me see if I do this right. Okay, there we go. Yes, I got to get fancy with y'all. Hi, Tiff's Take. Welcome. But yes, so last week, I kind of just did a brain dump with y'all and just showed y'all some of the goals that I had. And so today I have some news to share with y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, I just had to pull up the live from my phone because I just want to make sure it's showing correctly. I'm just curious to how it shows on the oh, that's interesting. It has my cover art on there. I'm gonna have to change. I gotta update that. I need to get new pictures and everything. Okay. So how y'all doing? How y'all Saturday doing? I'm like bubbling. I just cannot. I'm excited because when I started to do the research about goal planning and achieving your goals and how I think they said by like the third or second week of January, like half of the people already abandoned their goals for the new year. But that's not going to be us. That will not be us in 2025. Put not me in the chat if that's not going to be you. You are going to be a dreamer, believer, and a achiever. Did I do that in the right order? Dream, believe, achieve. Yes, you're going to be an achiever. So one of the things that I found in the research is that having accountability is really important. And when I did a vision board party with myself and my kids and a really good friend of mine, 𝗓𝗓, we had already agreed to do quarterly check-ins. And so that way to just kind of, keep up. But when I did my research, Dr. Matthews, psychologist Dr. Matthews something, I think she was out of Michigan State, some school. She talked about when she did her case study, she talked about how the the participants who did weekly check-ins had a much more higher success rate. So I'm like, dang, I thought I was doing something with quarterly. I'm like, weekly, every week? How am I gonna do that? And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it with my YouTube community. So I'm doing that with y'all. This is our second week, and I have some good news to share with y'all. But before I share my good news, I want to do some brainstorming with y'all. If y'all have not set your goals for the new year, you need to do that. There's still time. We want to knock it out before January. Today, I'm going to update my vision board with y'all. So what I decided to do is to do quarterly vision boards. So instead of me doing a whole vision board for the year, I'm setting my quarterly goals. So for the quarter, I have a set of goals that I want to achieve. And what I'm doing is creating that vision board for that quarter. And then, which is creating a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? A sense of urgency. Because I'm not like, oh, by the end of 2025. No, I got by the end of March 30th to achieve these first set of goals that I laid out. And so what I'm going to do is pull up on my, I got to get used to the stream. It's going to get more fancier and fancier as I get used to streaming. So just bear with me. Y'all going to remember like, oh, I was there from the beginning. She all blown up now. But I am rusty on this. So I need to, I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to share my, the goals that I did last week because I actually finished them because I started them on here, but I have finished it later on throughout the week. And I just want to show y'all. How do I share my screen? Is it settings? No. I did it last week. Crap. It's not that. Let me see. Oh, I can't remember how to do it. Oh, present. Okay. See, my mind is stuck on Zoom. Okay, let's do share screen. We're going to go on my Google worksheet. And this is why I need my phone to make sure it's showing up right. Okay, so now that I have, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so y'all can see, where's the percentage at? That a little bigger. Okay. Now that I have all of my goals, so what I did was I started off with a question: what needs to happen for 2025 to be the best year yet? I started off with that question, like, okay, at the end of 2025, December of 2025, what needs to have been accomplished or completed or experienced for me to be like, you know what, this was that year. And so when I asked myself that, I came up with that minimum 12 things that I want to happen within this year. And so I have obtained my LMSW, become debt free, gained 20 pounds. Don't judge me. I'm team itty bitty committee. So I want to put some more weight on me and, just add a little bit more muscle. Save 10K. That was a very important goal for me because I got very, very close to $10,000. But when I made that big move and double my rent, there go my emergency savings. Make new friends. And some of y'all on here, I'm counting y'all as my friends, so I'm already making progress, but I want to make a conscious effort of making new relationships with people and creating new friendships. As you get older, as I'm like, adulting and you work, you take care of kids, I realize that my social life has been extremely, extremely neglected. And this year I'm going to be intentional about making some friends and having fun. Begin dating next, that's going to happen. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not too excited about that, but I need to get out of my comfort zone. I know I'm not touching the first quarter because it'll be a year for me at the end of March that I've been, single. And I'm like, you know what? I want to take this first year, just me, myself, and my kids fully healed before I jump or entertain anything else. Visit my best friend in Texas, my best friend 𝗖𝗛𝗡𝗏. I haven't seen her since she got married. This girl didn't have 3 kids and I haven't seen her babies. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I need to see my best friend. I hope she doesn't watch this live. If you do catch this live, 𝗖𝗛𝗡, you don't know when I'm coming, but no, I'm coming. Read my Bible more and pray, grow to 10K subscribers on YouTube. And then aim to have 2K monthly income from my business. So that's Hopeful Reality. And then I am monetized on YouTube. And then read at least 6 books, travel out of the country at least once. And there's 2 potential trips that may happen this year where that can actually be a reality for me. So after I had kind of identified all of those goals here, what I did was create a starting point, a difference, and the action. So my starting point is, okay, where am I today? If I, how to get on the starting line, like what is my starting line in regards to this goal? And then what is the difference? And then what is the action? So the difference would be from my starting to the completion. What is the difference in between? Like what needs to happen in between for me to get from A to B? And I did that for each goal. So for example, we have my LMSW goal. My starting point is no license, but I do have some supervision hours that have been accumulated. And the difference is I need to take the test within 6 days, and I need to follow a schedule to make sure that I am accumulating my clinical hours. And then the plan I needed to develop and study a study schedule and follow it. Okay. So that is just an example of some goal planning. So now what I want to do, I'm going to stop sharing for a hot second. So now what I want to do is out of those 12 goals that I identified, what are the goals that I'm solely going to focus on for this quarter? And so why did I stop sharing my screen? I need to share my screen again. Sorry. Let me go back to sharing my screen so I can show y'all how I'm going to do this. Please don't judge me, y'all. Okay. I'm trying to get it together. Okay. So now that I have identified my 12 goals for the year, I want to organize these into quarters. So what I'm going to do, and this is Google Doc. I love Google Doc. It's free, easy, and simple to use. I'm going to insert a table, and I'm going to insert 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each box represents a quarter. So this is Q1. Q2, Q3, Q3, and Q4. Once I get my office set up, I'll be on my big monitor because I feel like it would just show better. I'm on my laptop. I do have a desktop, but I feel like it would just show better on a bigger screen. So I hope y'all can see this. So what I'm going to do is go through my goals. So I know within the first quarter, I want to do this, obtain my LMSW within this first quarter. Oh yeah, and at the end of each goal, I put what category that it falls under. We talked about this last week. So here are a couple of categories at the top. We got health, wealth, relationships, spirituality. There may be some other categories that are not on here that are important to you. And I got this from Jasmine. I forgot the girl's name, but she has her YouTube channel. She do like a lot of glow up diary themed videos, and on her video that talked about like setting a vision for 2025, she talked about the importance of like, you know, categorizing your goals, because you want to have a balance. Like if I had all wealth goals, but I'm not paying attention to my relationships, I'm not paying attention to my wealth, that's a really imbalanced approach, which honestly is like where my life is at now. I'm so focused on like my career, my kids, that I forgot mama got to have a life too. And my social life and my relationships are suffering. So I wanted to make sure, as I was like, you know, kind of, you know, brain dump all of the goals that I kind of, you know, felt in my heart to do. Then I went through and categorized to see like, okay, do I got a lot of like mostly wealth goals and no relationship goals or no spiritual goals? And so each goal I labeled and make sure, okay, what category does this fall in? And me attaining my LMSW is a wealth goal, because it does position me to increase my income within my field of work as a licensed master level social worker. And so that has the, you know, earning potential for me to increase and, you know, accumulate more money, which I can do various things to build wealth. So that would be considered a wealth goal. So another goal, and don't judge me, y'all, because it might be a lot of wealth goal the first quarter, because I ain't trying to be broke. Okay. The other goal I want to do in the first quarter, where you at? La, 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 la. Okay, here. Grow YouTube to 10K subscribers. I really think this can be done. And the reason why, I had like YouTube is kind of getting on my nerves, and I have some updates I need to do about YouTube. A revenue update coming up too. But when I'm looking at the patterns of my YouTube channel and kind of what happens when certain videos go quote unquote viral, like I gained like almost like 2,000 subscribers in less than like 30 days. Like there was one time where I gained like 5, maybe 6, 700 subscribers in like a matter of a week. And I'm like, you just really need one video to hit to kind of see that spike in growth. And the type of momentum that I'm having right now with posting out my YouTube my YouTube videos is going to increase the likelihood of that happening. So I think I can get very close to this in Q1. And then I'm going to choose one more goal that's realistic to complete in Q1. Oh, my spiritual goal. And some of these goals will most likely be repeat, because I'm like, okay, I'm just going to focus on the Lord first quarter, and the rest of the year, you know, whatever. No, this is probably going to be a repeat goal, but I want to make sure I'm going to prioritize it and put it as a focus for this quarter. So there's that. And that's what I'm going to do for each goal. I'm going to copy and just put, so that way I know like this is my focus from January to the end of March right now. Even though I got all of these other, you know, a total of 12 goals, these are the 3 that I'm going to focus on for right now, because they have a hard deadline at the end of March. This needs to happen. And so now what I would like to do is take, did I exit out? Is take this list. Hi, Purely Nourished Lifestyle. Welcome. Love the YouTube name. Love the YouTube handle. Very cute and inspiring. So what I would like to do is create a vision board that simply represents my first quarter goals. And so I'm going to share my screen one more again, because it's something I got to tell y'all. It's something I have to tell y'all. I'm so excited. Okay. Share screen. Then we'll go to vision board. So this is my vision board that I did for 2024. And I am using Canva. I love Canva. Very easy, very simple to use. The more you use it, the better you get at it. I do have the paid version of Canva because there's just a lot of nice perks that you can get with it with the paid version, especially with me being a content creator. I need all the things. However, their free version is still relatively good, and there's still a lot of things that you can do for free. If you want to learn, YouTube University, Canva, you can learn all of that on there. So what I did to make my life simpler, because I really, really liked what I did for my vision board for 2024. And I'm like, you know what? Why start from scratch where I can just use this as a base? So what I would like to do, and I may switch it up the next board, but I feel like for the first one, just to kind of get it done, is I'm going to use this same template and just do some updates. Now, I've already put in like a total of my 4 boards or whatever for the year. I'm going to change the color, but the color I have been gravitating to is like this sage green, and I need to get the color code for it. Hold on. The color code or the hex code, color code 9DC183. 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 Sometimes you gotta sing a little song so you don't forget it. 9DC183. Okay, 9DC1183. Okay, that looks horrible with the pink, but actually, let me do a little something. Change all. Okay, but this is the color that I would like to do for 2025. And for 2025, my word is thrive. So let's change that 24. Come on now. 25. And we're going to change that to thrive. This is why I hate doing it on the laptop. Everything is so sensitive. Okay. And we're going to change that to thrive. And then what I will do, and because I don't want to bore y'all with this, I'll go through and update all of the colors, and then I will update the pictures, except this first one, because I had this on my board, the 10K subscribers last year, 2024, and my channel didn't start to kind of catch steam towards the end of 2024. So I'm actually going to leave that on there as is, and I'll actually change the color of the overlay or underlay little box there to the green. If I can click on it. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely doing this on my desktop because this is going to annoy me. Come on, I'm trying to click, not you. Let me put it behind. Okay. No. Oh, it's coupled together. Is it grouped together? It's grouped. Let me see. I want to change this to green. Come on. Let me see. I hate doing this on the laptop. It's just not as efficient. Whatever. I'm going to update that to green. And so that's what I'm going to do for each quarter. Make sure that I have a vision board to represent the goals that I have set for the quarter. And that is going to be my strategy every quarter. Are you paying for StreamYard? No, I am not. I am using the free version. That's why you can see their little signal there, their little logo there. When it makes sense to pay for it, I will. Because I would like for my logo to go there, but that's a paid feature. And being that I'm using the free feature, they're going to, have their little StreamYard logo up there, which is nice, cute branded for them, but it looks kind of tacky for me. It's not on brand for my channel. But no, so right now I'm using the paid, but eventually I do want to migrate towards the paid version. Let me see here. Okay, so that is my strategy for each quarter. I have all of my goals set out for the year, and then I'm going to simplify and identify what are the goals that I want to accomplish for this particular quarter, and I've identified them. And the goal is, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to push yourself, but you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So for each quarter, the max is like 3 goals, maybe 4. Like, for instance, I may have a goal that roll over. So I know one of my repeated goals is going to be my spirituality goal, and then my book goal. So I want to read a total of 6 books, and so I'm just going to keep that on rotation. So that may not be like a heavy goal, because it's not like something that I actually have to accomplish in a way, like obtaining my licensure or something like that. But it is something that I need to do consistently. So that may be like the 4th goal, but it's really not like a heavy duty goal. It's just something I need to create in my routine. So, and then with my spirituality, reading my Bible and praying, like that's a goal, because I want to make that a new habit. So that really wouldn't be like, overwhelming myself. But for goals that's actually going to take a little sweat equity, I wouldn't do more than 3 within a quarter. And, if you have a 4th goal, it should be something like a habit forming goal that you have in there, like, going for a walk at least 3 times a day or whatever. I am using StreamYard. And like I said, I am using the free version. I'm not paying for it. I do realize you need to invest in your business, but a lot of times making that investment too early, it doesn't really make financial sense. So you want to be a little bit mindful and leery of that, of like buying all of these things, but you're not creating revenue to pay for the things that you're buying. And so oftentimes that's why I do not like the rhetoric of, quit your 9 to 5, because your 9 to 5 is your biggest supporter in the beginning. And I'm going to just keep it a buck with y'all. Like, the content creation, entrepreneurship space is not an easy, I'm not going to say easy. It's not a super flowy, revenue in the beginning. It takes time. Some people are very blessed from the start. They see, a bunch of money coming in, but they are exceptions to the rule. The vast majority of us, we're going to have to put a little bit of sweat equity before we even see income. And then more importantly, on the business side, before we even see a net income, because you can have income, but it's not net income. And net income is money that's left over after all of your business expenses has been paid. So that's, which is considered a profit. It takes time to get to that point. And sometimes, like, I feel like that conversation is very toxic and unbalanced. It's like, oh, quit your 9 to 5 and da-da-da. No, we're not quitting our 9 to 5. We're going to use our revenue from our 9 to 5 to build the business on the side that we can eventually, fire ourselves if you do see, as a goal for yourself. And nobody asked for that information. I just, ranted it off, because every time I talk about like income with business and making money on YouTube, I just have to put that out there, because I feel like a lot of people have an unrealistic approach to this. And I cannot wait to do the revenue update on my channel about the YouTube money that is coming in. It's going to be a very realistic revenue update. However, I did meet the little goal that I put out for myself when I got monetized for the 2nd time, giving myself a promotion. And that was meeting at least the minimum $100 threshold each month. And for January, I made it. And already in February, I made it. So, hey, a win is a win. I ain't balling out of control. I can't quit my job yet, but there is some revenue coming in. I can't wait to share the details with y'all. Okay, that wasn't the news I wanted to share with y'all. Actually, the news I wanted to share with y'all is that I've already accomplished one of my goals for Q1. If y'all don't remember, if you was here last week on my live, I told y'all that I had a test. My exam for my licensure test was today, and I passed. I passed my licensure exam today, and I'm so happy. I'm just thrilled. The reason why I'm thrilled is because I have been putting this off for 8 years. 8 years. I got my master's for my social work degree in 2017. And around that time, I particularly went back to get my master's because I was running into the issue of finding respectable employment. I talk about this multiple times on my channel, but I was like struggling in poverty. It didn't make no sense when I had this education. I kept running into, oh, we're looking for a master's. We're looking for a master's. And I had my my bachelor's degree at the time. So I went back, got my master's, and then I ran into it again. Like, oh, you have your master's, but you don't have enough experience. I'm just like, okay, like, how am I going to get the experience if you don't hire me? Or have y'all ever heard this? You're overqualified. I hate when employers say that. If I can just grab them by their little neck and snap it, like, tell that to my bills. Tell my bills I'm overqualified to work here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I end up relocating to the DMV due to that matter. And the first job that I got interviewed for here, coming to the DMV, it was for a preschool setting, and they were looking for a social worker. And so when I read the job description, I'm like, hey, I can do these things. I did saw that it said licensed social worker. I really didn't fully understand what that meant at that time, because they don't talk about it in our graduate school enough, which is another bone to pick, not relevant to y'all. But so I end up applying, and I got interviewed for the job, and I got called in for a second round of interview, a third round for the interview. And then it was like, do you have your license? I'm like, no. It was like, yeah, this position requires a license. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Why y'all call me in for the interview if y'all gonna tell me I need to? And so that put me on my journey to like, okay, what is a license? How do I get it? What is the starting point? And I have very bad, I'm not gonna say I have very bad testing anxiety, but as a kid, I always hate standardized tests. Like, I always it just would stress me out. And so because this test has so much weighing on it for my career, I would study and then I would get discouraged, and I kept doing this dance back and forth on getting my license. And this year, 2025, I said, this is the year to thrive. We're not doing that no more. We're going to go and take this test. And we did today, and I passed. And not only did I pass, y'all, first of all, last night, I took a practice test to prep for this, because I got thrown off of my studying track, because I originally was supposed to take my test back in November after I moved, but who takes a test after they move? That was a horrible planning on my part. So I rescheduled the test into today. So when I did that, like, I haven't been able to get back on my studying schedule, trying to keep up with YouTube. And then, like, it was just all off. So I took the practice exam last night, and I passed the practice exam, but I only passed it by 1 point. So I'm like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but we're here. This test is tomorrow. Like, it is what it is. So when I went and took my test today, it's the whole process you got to go through to go into there. And they did let us know that we can take breaks. And so I did take at least one break, because my anxiety was like, it was through the roof. And so it's a total of 170 questions. They give you 4 hours to complete the test. And in order to pass the test, you have to have at least 99 questions correct. That's the minimum you need to pass the test. Out of the 170 questions, you need 99 to pass. So I'm taking this test, y'all, and I'm getting down to the last couple. And there was some questions on there. It got to the point, like 170 questions. It gets to the point where you like, what is my name? Like, it was so, after a while, it was just kind of like, all these answers look right. Like, I don't know which one to pick. And so I had submitted my test, and I didn't know they do this, but when I submitted the test, my results popped right up on the screen. Now, mind you, I'm not the only one in there taking my test. There's other people in there taking their test too. And so the results popped up right up on the screen, and it says exam status passed. And you would have thought somebody like punched me in my gut, because I let out this huge sigh, like, oh, and I started crying, y'all. I was bawling. And I had to gather myself, because other people was in there testing, and I did not want to be a disturbance. And so I like hurried up and like rushed out. And when I went out, the exam person, or like the people at the front desk that checked you in, she's like, are you okay? I was like, yes, I passed. It took me a minute to gather myself. That threw me off guard, because I actually, y'all know me, if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna go on YouTube and research it out. So when I was preparing for this test, I was doing a lot of YouTube videos about like what materials people were using, what programs people bought to kind of study and prepare for the exam. But then I was also watching people's vlogs, which I did vlog. I vlogged. I started vlogging last night until today. So, but y'all getting the deets before the vlog drop because the people that join my lives is really in. Y'all really dedicated to the community. But so I was vlogging or whatever. But when I was looking at the YouTube videos, a lot of the people, when they had finished taking their exam, the results got printed out and then handed to them. And then they would go out to their car and like pull it out and like either be like, yay, cry, or like, oh my God, I failed. And so in my mind, I thought that's how that was going to go. Like, okay, I'm going to hit submit. I'm going to have to go up there. They're going to print it out. They're going to hand it to me. But when that Joan popped up on the screen, it said pass. It completely threw me off guard. And not only did I pass, y'all got to make sure I don't show no identifying information. I don't want to fold it. I got to figure out because I want to show y'all. The results. I just got to protect my identity because it's weird people out on the internet. I had to block somebody last week. Girl, weirdo. Hold on. Let me grab something to cover my stuff. Oh. Hello, Marissa. Welcome. Welcome to the live. I'm almost done. But I had to share my good news because I've already achieved a goal that I have been holding off for 8 years. But in 2025, we are here to thrive. And let me make sure I put it up there. Y'all can see it. Congratulations, you passed the master exam. Your score is 120. The passing score is 99. I said, not only did I pass, but I passed. Like, because I told y'all I did that practice exam and I only passed by 1 point. So I was nervous. So when I saw not only did I passed by 120 points, like I overpassed. It just, to me, like, anybody in the field, in any field, like, it was confirmation for me, like, you are competent, you are prepared, you are doing a good job in your field. And, making that extra step to kind of get my licensure and kind of validate what I already know, but to be able to prove it on paper, like, no, I'm competent in what I'm doing. Like, I'm good at what I do. I'm prepared and I studied, and I'm just super excited to have this and to finally achieve this goal of, becoming an LMSW after like procrastinating for 8 years just due to an invisible fear of me failing, because this test is not cheap. It's not a cheap test. And my whole thing was like, dang, who want to pay to fail? Like, I don't want to pay all this money to fail this exam. But I told myself, like, last time, like, you know what, even if I don't pass, let's say worst case scenario, I don't pass, I'll at least know where I am and where areas I need to study to kind of, prepare myself. And when I had took the practice exam last night, it did show me like the different, questions that I got wrong in like what particular areas that I need to study in. So that was super helpful. But I vlogged the whole thing. So I'm going to edit that and throw that on my YouTube channel. But because y'all part of the live community and y'all dedicated to really connecting with your girl, y'all got the news early. But I'm going to edit and put the vlog together because it was nice. I went out to DC to go and get to go and complete my test, and it was just a vibe. So I'm sending the goal accomplishment vibes y'all way, because from the beginning, I want to say since like October, November, there's just been like a bubbly like sense of just like something great is going to happen this year. And like from the beginning of this year, on January 3rd, I reached 3,000 subscribers. To January 25th, I got my licensure. Shoot, January 5th, I had witnessed Alexandria swear in their first African-American mayor. Like, we didn't get the president, but hey, I'll take that. That was a win. And if anybody know anything about the city of Alexandria, Virginia, that was the largest slave trade in American history. Like, all of the slaves came through Alexandria, Virginia first before they were like departed and sent out everywhere. And for that city to nominate their first African-American female mayor, and I got to witness that, I'm like, 2025, and that was in the beginning. So now to the 25th day, I got my license. I'm like, I'm just excited, and I'm excited for y'all. And thank you, Marissa. Thank you. I was so in shock. And I was supposed to go live at 2, But like, you got to text your mama and them. I had to text all of my friends, like, just let them know, because everybody know I have been talking about, oh, I'm gonna take my exam. I'm gonna take my exam. I've been procrastinating for 8 years. Is a long time. That's a long time to keep pushing back something. And to finally just have it like off my back and done, I'm just so excited. Now, the next thing is I have to get my LCSW, which I'm already in the process of. Like, that's not gonna take 8 years. Honestly, that's probably gonna take another year and a half, because you have to get like 3,000 supervision hours of like clinical hours. And the job that I have now, I'm already halfway there. And then you have to take the LCSW and exam. And now that I went through this exam and kind of passed it on the first try, and like the studying process that I did and the things that I did to kind of prepare, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'll be as resistant, because I've been exposed to it. So, just rinse and repeat, girl, you got this. So I am thrilled. But that is our weekly check-in. Same place. I don't know about the same time, but it is going to happen on Saturday. We will check in. And by next Saturday, I have my vision board, my quarterly vision board done, and I'll share that with y'all. And I'll share some of the books that I'm going to be reading, because one of my goals is to read at minimum at least 6 books this year. And I'll share the list of books that I have on my list to read. It's going to be a mixture of like self-help books, and also books of like, just fiction, just for pure enjoyment, like not really necessarily learning something, but just having a mental escape. And so I'm all for Black love, rom-com type of books. And Kennedy Ryan, I've heard so much about her books. I have her book, Before I Let Go, and I want to get it's Before I Let Go, and This Could Be Us. And then there's also one she has called The Real. Like, I want to buy her whole collection, because the girls have been raving about her books. And so I'm just excited to just read that, just to kind of have a escape, and just, be thrilled with, my reading experience. So education and then entertainment as well. And I'm gonna make sure to share those books with y'all next week. And I want to figure out a way, I don't know on the free version if I can do it, but I want to figure out a way if I can pull people up on here, so it's not just me talking all the time. Like, I want to hear from y'all. I want y'all to share what goals y'all have set out for the quarter. I want y'all to share your progress of what you're doing, what action steps you put into place. Like, it's just not going to be about me every week. Like, I want to start pulling y'all on here. So you better be getting to work, better be putting in action, because I'm gonna be checking in, and what you said you're gonna do, you're actually gonna put in the work and do it and make it happen. So we're gonna have fun on here. We're starting small, but hey, where 2 or 3 are gathered, huh? Amen. There he is in the midst. Okay. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Catch the replay, share with somebody. 2025 is the year to thrive. Put in the work. And until next time, dream, believe, and achieve.